Well, welcome back to Just Enough Garage. This morning, this is a little creek that runs into the Skagit River in the town of Newhalem, and that's where we're camping this weekend. It's a really neat area. Just above us is a couple of dams we're going to visit. We're going to show you the town. We're going to take a walk around, and we'll start with this. I don't know if you can see it in the film. That's a cable. This area was logged sometime in the 40s. Early 50s, and that's one of their leftover cables. I'll show you the campground and I'll show you some other stuff. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I followed the cable that was down by the riverfront to this stump. Now that notch would have been cut originally for a guy to have a pole or a flat board put in there, and then when they saw the top of the stump off, it most likely fell that way. Then the cable, I believe, came in secondary for some purpose as an anchor. It's been here quite a while. I don't know if you can see it, but then it goes down the hill over there to where we were at, and through the woods there's our RV. This is the campsite. It's neat little history. Like I say, this area here, I believe they were taking gravel out after the logging to build the dams and the roads around here. But we'll go check it out. So this is some of the campgrounds. Well, this is the campground we came to. They've got all kinds of, well, I think it was built on a gravel pit or something. I keep seeing signs like maybe they used this once to take gravel out of the mountain, and then it turned into a campground 75 years later. Anyways, we're gonna go check out some stuff this morning. Thanks for joining us. Jonathan did a fabulous job bringing the motorhome up here all by himself. Him and Mrs. Just Enough Garage and Mariana. Then I came later in the car with the kayaks, and we're gonna go out and get on some of these lakes. Hard to beat a good morning sunrise. Just peeking through the trees. All right, well, welcome to Newhalem. We can actually smell smoke in the air. I don't know, John, pan over that way. They've got a whole fire brigade set up. You can see those tents. Those are all firefighters' tents. There was a bunch of equipment. They've got a helicopter pad set up. Let's go for a walk across the river and check out this bridge. So this was the Skagit River. This bridge was built, I don't know, in the 50s, I think.
I don't know, the sign wasn't very helpful.
But anyways, you can see the river just around that corner right there is where the dam is at. We're going to go check that out in a minute. But we wanted to walk through here real quick. Plus, Soph wanted to go that way anyways.
Yeah?
Yeah, we should come kayaking there. I guess people river raft it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we can kayak it because of the rapids.
Sorry about the wind. It's definitely a windy day today.
Yeah, which is not good for those firefighters.
Yeah. Like I say, we can smell the smoke in the air. We plan on going up the mountain further, but we might not be able to if the fires are flaring up. Anyways, this is a cedar trail. Well, come on, so slow down. You can see the trail right there. We might show you some parts of it, but at the end of this, there's some old equipment that used to be a hydroelectric situation. Let's take a look at it when we get there. John, stand next to that tree so we got perspective of how big this is. So John's in front of one tree. I'll get the sun out of the way. And when you look up this tree, you'll see that the top is blown out. Way up there. Well, where did it blow out to? Right here. This is a massive tree, cedar. I don't know when it fell. But the question is a tree like this, if it was to fall from there and there was nobody in the woods, would it make a sound? I'm gonna wager that it did. Okay, so this is what we walked all the way over here for, to show you this. The little signs along the trail talk about the trees, you know, deer, this sort of thing. This building, I believe, has been restored, but the functions inside are original. Here's an old piece of, I don't know if you can see that. There's a piece of there. There's some kind of a rod right there. They left some of these artifacts around. This town has had problems in the past. This is the outlay waters. You can see right there, they're not running it today. So this is the Newhalem Powerhouse. Originally built in 1921, the Newhalem Powerhouse supplied electricity to operate in a sawmill construction camp for the Gorge Dam. On July 6, 1966, the powerhouse caught fire and burned. Ooh, I wonder if it was a candle. During the fire, break in the penstock pipe that transported the water from the dam to the powerhouse caused water to spray the surrounding trees, thus saving the forest. And the new powerhouse was put in operation in the 1970s. It is controlled from the Gorge Powerhouse control room. The power produced here is fed into the Skagit Project complex. Both photographs were taken in 1924. So there's the original building, and then there's the inside. They've got some windows here. Let's go take a look. So here's, hopefully you can see, there's some of the original equipment. What's impressive about this, oh, here we go. There's before the building was restored. I'm surprised it didn't damage it more. You'd think it would burn all the copper out. So for you guys who enjoy this sort of stuff, the head intake to the powerhouse is 509 feet. The powerhouse has a 2.3 megawatt capacity. First turned on in 1921, second time in 1970. Number of tunnels is 1. Length of the power tunnel is 2,420 feet. Size of the power head is 6 feet by 7 feet. Number of penstocks is 1. Length of the penstock is 920 feet and the diameter is 30 inches. Let's walk around here. I'm leaving this all as one video so you can see. We'll walk around back and we'll see the penstock. Come on, John, take a look at this. So this is obviously is not the original penstock. This is steel, and I see a date on the sleeper here. 2018. So they've done some work on it. But maybe further up, if a guy was motivated and he wanted to hike 1,000 feet, he could go up there and follow it to wherever this dam is up in the mountains. But anyways, just thought I'd show you that old-timey stuff, and then when we get to the other dam, you'll be able to see that one too. Okay, so we're just now at the end of town. This one they're calling the Gorge Dam. We'll check all the dates. It was built in the 40s, 50s, I don't know. They have a bridge here that goes into the dam for the workers. Down at this end, there's a suspension bridge we're going to cross for the visitors. And if we look all the way here, you see that blue car going by? That's the highway. And the highway goes on up the valley. And the dams are the lakes are actually up there. And there's some penstocks that come through this hill behind us. 2 or 3 miles of penstocks. So let's go take a walk across the bridge. I'll go inside and show you some of the old equipment, but I've got my dogs, so they're gonna have to stay outside. But let's take a look. Get a picture of that fire truck going from there.
I will when he's halfway passing us.
When we get out here, you see up the little bit of a creek. There's not a lot of water flow. That's a little bypass. But this river, this Skagit River, starts pretty much right here where they were releasing it from the dam. And then you can see up in the mountain there, There was a fire in here a few years ago. I guess it's acceptable to fires. All right, let's keep on trucking. So back in the 50s, up on the hill here, they had an electric show, lighting. The whole place was lit up in the gardens, and they had all kinds of gardens. They're kind of defunct now, and there's a set of waterfalls back in here they used to put lights on. I think if I can find a picture on display, I'll show you, but I don't think they've done the light show for 45 years. I mean,
Well, no, according to one of the signs years ago, they started fixing it up in 2012, got it working for a couple years, and the woods caught fire again.
Oh.
And burned it all up.
But apparently this was the place to go when, before internet and people had time, they would travel to this place just for these shows, these electric shows.
Yeah, they also have all these little like ponds and water features that don't run.
Right, this place was, well, you know, they tried to make it like a vacation location.
And it would have been really cool if it didn't get fired.
Yeah. Ladder Creek Falls and Gardens.
Yeah, and you look at this, you go, that would be so cool, and then it's not.
So here we go, the creation. Some old-timey pictures. These are the falls. We're here, there's a powerhouse, there's gardens all up and behind. The outlook. I don't know that we're gonna go look at those right now. I think you guys are mechanical guys, so I think I'm gonna go inside the dam and show you the original equipment that is still being operated.
Put all that stuff up there.
Yeah, it's kind of built like a prison, really. I mean, you can see the layers of concrete and the forming, and they use the 1x6 or 2x6 boards, and they created this whole castle-like structure.
I like how they had a window there, and then they got rid of it.
Yeah, it's gone now. Well, anyways, you walk around the back, so keep the film going so you can take a look.
I'm filming still, I'm filming.
This is the water falls, there's bridges, there's all kinds of stuff in here.
I don't think that's the impressive falls, though. I think the impressive... Yeah.
When you gotta come through here, this is the impressive part.
Well, of this part, yeah.
That's how they had to carve this out of the rock. The penstocks and everything come through this rock, and they're below us. I don't know what that is, but they made it out of concrete too.
Well, I have a feeling that they had a couple different design iterations and changed it.
So like 25 miles from here is a town called Concrete. I've taken pictures of it before. It's in previous videos, the silos and everything. Well, that town produced the concrete dust that was mixed into all these. That whole town was built for that purpose.
That town was built for this town.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. You got to go down to go back up.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's loosey-goosey.
Well, that's because the bolts are loose. I like how the stairs are taller than they are wide.
Can you hear it rumbling?
I don't know if the camera's picking it up, yeah.
Let's go up this one. All right, so this is the beginning of, you see all those switchbacks up through there, that's all full of electrical wires and
lights.
Different jazz. This is the way into the dam right here, so I'll take the camera on in and show that. You can hold the pups.
I don't know how to. The big concrete block right there.
Ooh. Open at 8 a.m. It's like 10:30 now. Let's check it out. I'm not going to show you guys everything. It's going to take too long. I don't want to make the video that long. It's a very interesting thing. There's some of the penstocks. There's some of the construction. If you ever take a drive in the Northwest, we're off Highway 20 right now. There's, we're gonna go see that lake. That's where I'm hoping to kayak later today. This is another lake. Anyways, if you guys ever come this way, go ahead and send me an email. Just Enough Garage. I think it's Gmail, Just Enough Garage. And anyways, I'll set you up. But here we are. This is the original 3-turbine system. old-timey overhead crane. Ooh. Goes down below. Oh, we got a fourth one. I think there was a late edition. I haven't read the stuff. I just came in the door. But there's some displays. You guys have been to a dam before. There's displays, how things work. If you got little kids, boys especially, they'll be interested in stuff like that. Cable diameters. It's a really neat historical place to come. Pioneer, heritage. I mean, just the things they did to build what they could build, the logging, just the craftsmanship, and the fact that it's running 100 years later. You know, U.S. built stuff. Now here's a classic example. Look at that truck, front end smashed. Can you imagine? Here they are back there, digging their way through solid rock to build these places. You know. Here we got a diver, 1923, 1924, doing some work out here. This water's cold. Anyways, that's that. One other thing I'll show you, just hold on. You men would understand this. Old original urinals. You never know what you're gonna get. Pretty neat, can't see in as far. It gets dark. Hello. Echoey. Cheyenne Mountain Complex War Games, come on. Okay, there's a memorial here, but it's not a real memorial. It's a tribute. There's the highway right there. People don't see this. I've discovered it some years ago. There's a sidewalk that goes to nowhere, and through these flowers that are overgrown, we come to this. James, let me get the camera right. James Ross, Dimaj Ross, born 1872, November 9th, died March 14th, 1939. There's a big speech. He's a philosopher, he's an innovator, whatever. He does a great bunch of stuff. Franklin D. Roosevelt, President of the United States, signed that. And then his wife, Alice Maud Ross, she died in 1956. Well, Ross is one of the lakes that are up here, and he's one of the engineers of this dam system. Dam system. And so there's a little tribute right here. And I don't know who, I mean, this is very Victorian looking wrought iron, but I don't know who thought they needed to do that to keep people from wrecking it, but whatever, they carved it in. And with the same style of carvings that they would have, you can see they've drilled it and blasted it out. Anyways, we'll take a walk down here. I'm going to show you a little bit of the town, and that's probably going to be it for Newhalem. We've seen all the highlights of it. Okay, I'm going to give you a driving tour of the little town. Hopefully there's not too much wind. Hopefully this is like exciting to somebody somewhere to say, man, that Northwest sure is nice. The innovation of the people 100 years ago, what a great job they did. Most of this electricity when it was first designed was going to the city of Seattle, which is 150 miles from here minimum. Anyways, you come through, this is the little town I was mentioning. There's no reason to film the other side, it's just a mountain. But this is the town where the workers lived and built those dams in the 40s and 50s. There is a train up here on the left when they use the railroad. This was the actual, I'll slow down for it.
One of the actual.
Yeah, Seattle City Light. It was restored in the 70s, put on display, and it hasn't moved since. There's kind of like a downtown. That's it. You blink, you miss it. It's one of these towns. There's a little sign here, fire camp. And there's quite a few people in town today because of this forest fire up the mountain further. There's not really services here. There's those tents. The river is just straight across that field where we started the video. I can't turn in there, otherwise I was going to turn in there, but they've got it blocked. But all the workers' houses are in the back, and they're essentially all the same. I don't know if you can see them. This is the helicopter pad. Yeah, they were built 50s, 60s, 70s probably. I don't know, this would be a 2-minute video maybe, and that's the whole town. And we're going the speed limit, 30 through here is what they got it listed at. Tennis courts were taken over by firefighters, John. Well, that's it. We're out of town. I like forest fighters better than cops anyway. So good job, man. Thank you. Okay, so you guys are in for a treat. This is a super high steel graded bridge that you can look straight through. I'll show you when we get out here. It's a ways. This is a pretty high bridge. Hopefully I won't drop you in and you'll never see this video. Okay, on that side we've got water feeding it via that waterfall. On this side, this is one of the upper lakes. This would be the lake that fed the dam we saw a few minutes ago, right there. Anyways, I don't know if you can see down. We're a long ways. Anyways, other people are filming today too. I don't know if you can see through the grading. That's a long ways. I bet we're 500 feet up. Somebody will have to Google it. I don't think I'm going to walk through the woods over here to the side. There's some lookouts so you can see up underneath the bridge, but truthfully, we're going to go. But I'll walk across both sides so you guys can see the other side too. I don't even know if Mary will use this footage. Sometimes she speeds stuff up. Sometimes I give her 4 hours worth of footage and we try to make it cut down. Yeah, here you can kind of see the old steel riveted bridge. So we crossed the highway to show you guys a little bit of a waterfall. In the last scene, this crosses under the highway and it comes out over there, and you could see the water coming out in the video, but I was a long ways away. All right, I took the bypass trail so you can see under the bridge. I don't know, there's some tree branches in the way. It's probably about half the size of the Navajo Bridge in Arizona. I don't know how far it is, but it's impressive. Anyways, if you guys want to put in the comments what other bridges you think it looks like, but it's similar. It's the way it's anchored into the rock and everything. Anyways, let me cross the last way and that'll be that for that clip. Look, tourists on the bridge. Can you imagine? This is Labor Day weekend. This is actually Thursday before, but this is it. This is the hurrah. The sun's out. We're really doing it, Harry. We're really doing it. You know? Yeah, if you look down, this is kind of a scary bridge. You know? Oh, here we go. I'll try to video this through without dropping my camera here. These videos don't do it justice.
We start with small ones or big ones?
John's gonna drop a rock. We'll try to count how far it is.
Here, let's start.
Oh, let's move over more so we're in the water. All right.
Here's a little one first.
Just hit. Okay, well, just hit. Hold on. I'll say go, and then we'll try to count the seconds. Okay, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. I heard the sound. That's probably 4 seconds. Yeah. 3 seconds? I don't know. We'll have to look at the phone. Anyways, we're heading back to the car. Even big RVs come up here. Okay, we're at the Diablo Lake overlook, Highway 20, Cascade Loop. Okay, this is as far as we're going. We're going to be turning around, going back the way we came. The reason I'm showing you this is this is a man-made lake. You can see at the end where one of the dams is. Anyways, they have a tour boat. I don't know if I can see it there. It's behind that tree. You can see it moving. It'll come into clear. Anyways, just enough garage. Misses just enough garage last year when we were on the big RS Capri. We drove by here. It was raining. She took some video, but I don't think it made the cut. And if it did, you get a second look. Anyways, we're gonna go down. I'll show you probably where we're gonna go. At the bottom of the hill, there's a boat launch. That's where we're gonna kayak. We're gonna kayak in this lake. I don't know if you can see those little kayaks down there. That's not us, but that's gonna be us. Okay, this is us getting in the water. The cameras are going away. John's ready. I'm ready.
I gotta put my travel together.
We're gonna go on the lake. You guys seen the overview. I'm probably not gonna film anything in the water. I don't want to lose my equipment. It's getting put away. We'll let you know. You're almost to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching, and there'll be a few more minutes coming right up. So that's the Diablo Dam we just crossed. There's a little road over here. It just goes to a couple of houses, and that tour boat comes from in here too. Man, these guys were creative. I love the Art Deco lighting that they put on this one. These guys were amazing back then. Anyways, we're gonna cross it now. And then there's a little bridge up that way. You probably didn't notice. That highway is just up the hill, but it just disappears into the woods. Well, literally, end of the line.
Well, it's actually the beginning and the end of the line.
Yeah, in old number
6.
Purchased in 1927. Yeah. It helped build the whole area is what they're saying. Baldwin, Philadelphia.
Oh, I can't get into the cab from here.
She's a big one. When Johnny was a little boy, he used to climb on it. I was so afraid he was going to fall, but he never did. I'll climb up here. You actually can climb on this. See if I can do it holding the camera. So it was a wood burner. This is your water tank. Then they added this oil tank at some point. Let's scare John. He doesn't. This is the rope. Did you hear that bell? You can't hear the bell with all the plastic they put in it. But anyways, here's the old boiler. There is a paper. Oh, it was right there. Some vandal came and took it, but it said it was restored and on display. And look, they're dealing with the stuff in here. John, I'm going to put my head out. You ring the bell. Here's the bell lever.
I figured as much.
Let me step down to get a better view of it. Anyways, let me put you on pause so I don't fall off. All right, stay that order. John wants to explain. He's actually pretty knowledgeable of steam engines.
This is the Johnson bar. You push it that way, we'll go forward when you pull back the throttle.
This one.
Yeah, this guy.
All right.
So if we were to get that to go forward, it's not going to, and you pull the throttle back.
So that's each notch is like a speed. First, second, third, fourth.
Kind of.
Okay.
And then,
That's the throttle.
You bring it back to the center,
And
then
it's
more
neutral-ish.
efficient.
Okay.
And then this is the throttle. That'll open your steam valve.
Okay.
This checks your boiler. There's a gauge over there, but this is when that gauge, you don't trust it.
Okay, sight glass. You got a pressure gauge up here.
Water injector.
Okay. So this is the side you drive it from.
Yeah, this would be I'm driving the thing.
All right. What's that red button do?
I was thinking about it. That might be the sander,
Sure.
or it's the flue.
Okay. Because they've converted it to oil, that would be the oil injecting. This doesn't open anymore. All right.
This would be an injector for oil and stuff. Like, you know,
Oh, somebody's
Steve
pulling.
says.
There's a ghost pulling the rope.
No, there's somebody up on the front.
I think I've bored you enough with our adventures. We're going to finish our weekend camping. Anyways, if you get a chance, come for a drive, stay for a while, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching Just Enough Garage.